So at some point in time, most of these creators and most of the people participating, you got to ask yourself, was my reward that I got worth the expense of everything that's going on? And the majority of the time, the answer to all themselves with the negativity of what they're promoting, and they don't want to be a part of the backlash. So if you don't want to be a part of the backlash, you're not paying the expense for what you're actually putting out. I shouldn't have to pay the expense for what you put out. Nobody else should have to pay the expense for what you put out. You should. Here's another aspect that they don't want to acknowledge. We as people are capable of making mistakes. This is just a fact. This is how much I'm going to lay out for y'all too. We're going to hit it from every single angle possible. We as people are capable of making many mistakes intentionally and unintentionally. But it's not your mistake that shows your character that people judge you by. It's what you do after your mistake. After you made that mistake, did you double down? Made that mistake, did you take ownership? After you made that mistake, did you start talking shit? After you made that mistake, did you create controversy somewhere else so people started paying attention to somebody else's mess instead of paying attention to the mess that you just created? About your character. A lot of people want to ignore the fact that you're capable of making a mistake, but that's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the fact that you made the mistake, and how you acted afterwards was like you didn't care that you made it to begin with. You didn't care who you affected. You didn't care how it made other people feel. You didn't care the logical actions that took place afterwards that were a result of what you actually did. And all of these create the issue that show who your character is. And you want us to look at your character like, nah, man, I was just facilitating. This wasn't me. When the reality of it is all of these extra components was a part of your character too. You were that person smiling in my face, but creating all the mess behind my back. You were that person that said you wanted people to get together, but really you just wanted people to argue on your platform so that you could get coins and gifts and everything else, facilitating the mess, attempting to use the Jerry Springer talk show effect without acknowledging that you Jerry Springer. You want to be Martin. You want to be Malcolm. You want to be somebody positive viewed when you're facilitating the mess of a Jerry Springer show. That makes no sense. The reality of it is people are upset because you have horrible character. And everybody, do me a favor, keep tapping the screen. Let's get it to over 3,000 at least. Share the live out a couple of times, because all I'm going to call out is straight facts that nobody can deny. And this isn't aimed at any specific person. This is the calculation of controversial success on TikTok. The majority of the people that are creating controversy are creating it and doing it in this method because they receive a gain. And each one utilize the same words and the same tactics when they get inside of the mess to pretend like they don't know why the mess exists. Your actions today will always be more of a concern also than somebody else's past. These are just straight facts, y'all. Anybody can make a mistake. Granted, that's a given. Why are you inside of an issue today? Are you in an issue today because of someone's past, or are you in an issue today because of you? Here's another one of the tactics that people love to use. Your actions today will always be more of a concern to somebody than somebody's actions in the past. Using someone's past in comparison to who you are today is also revealing how much you're willing to avoid your actions from today. I'm going to break that down